Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town. Yeah,
It's the Profanity Nation.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Profanity Nation podcast, where we are the voice of the professional fan. Tonight is super exciting. We have a guest, everyone's favorite. We just love her absolutely. Andrea's in the house from Clubhouse.
Yeah.
We're going to get her a proper introduction in a second. As you guys know, I'm always joined here by my co-host. We have Money Mike over here on the right. How you feeling?
I'm good. Let's ready to do the show, man.
Are you sure you're good?
Man, you know what? We going to talk about these Lakers and how they ruined the season.
Okay, you were like all gung-ho about Andrea coming here thinking she was all got you back.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Because, the rumor was when I talked to her earlier in the week, she was saying that she was about to get in on LeBron, and then she get here, and she calling me a hater on LeBron.
All right. We'll get to that in a second. Stat Pat, how you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling good, man. Despite all about what's going on with the Lakers, I'm feeling good. Like I said, it's Red Solo Cup kind of night.
Red Solo Cup night, exactly.
We're doing it big.
Exactly. And
classy, very classy.
With no further ado, and of course, let's just introduce her right away here. Let's introduce Andrea. How you doing, Andrea?
Hi, hey. I'm good, Jeff. I'm good. Can't be any better. Maybe, probably.
Maybe a little bit better, but Thank you so much for coming back to our new studio here in Infinity Studios.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's get right into it, guys. Let's just get started. Let's get started with exactly what we're all talking about, the elephant in the room, the Lakers.
Is it an elephant?
It's
Oh, yeah, it's an elephant, Doug. We ain't making the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Lakers appear now to be dropping out of the play-in contention. That was somewhat unheard of when we had Trevor Lane on the show, Money Mike.
Right.
He said basically that just couldn't happen because the other teams weren't even trying to win.
Yeah.
Well, the Lakers appear to be trying to lose or something, guys. Money Mike, they are now out of the play-in, and if I recall, you made a bet with Monday Night Fredo's host, Fredo Cervantes. Is that right?
Yeah. I made a bet saying that the Lakers would not be in the playoff playing, and at the time, I thought that you had to be at least at the ninth seed to be in the play-in to be able to go ahead and actually be able to play and have a chance. Then I realized after I made the bet, you could actually make the play-in in the 10th seed. I was like, okay, maybe we won't drop below 10, but unfortunately, and I'm not happy about it. My prediction is correct. And now it's like we have 4 more games left. We pretty much have to win all 4 of those games.
And need help.
And we need, I think, San Antonio to lose 3. It's all these scenarios that we have to have in order for us to win. And, it's just really unfortunate. AD came back. I appreciate the effort. But what is that going to do?
Apparently it's done nothing.
Right. Right.
Let's get right to our guest.
And our guy, against the Pelicans, who we're kind of fighting for a playoff spot, didn't even hit the rim on the last shot. But,
you're a hater.
Let's go. I can't wait. Okay, go ahead. You've been here for a little bit. You've been hearing Money Mike talk before the show. I think you're kind of ready. You know where he stands.
He's a hater.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and
why, though? Why am I a hater? I'm literally stating the facts.
Okay, first and foremost, you like to hate on LeBron for every little thing that the Lakers do wrong. Not everything includes LeBron. Okay, first and foremost, I've never seen somebody in their 19th going on 20th year lead the league in scoring, right? Even though your team is trash, he's putting forth the effort himself, right? And then you're going to argue, oh, but he's not playing defense. When in God's green earth have you seen LeBron put forth the effort diving on the floor when season first starts? He saves his energy, which is smart. That's how seasoned players are. Kobe did the same. It's a lot of cherry picking. But I feel like just because we're Kobe fans, we got to hate on LeBron. Oh, and he's not a winner, right? We talked about that off air. He's not a winner. I hope they got smoke for you because at the end of the day, you're literally charging a wall on this one. You're literally charging a wall.
I
on
need
this
some
one.
help. I need some help with
Oh,
No. I'm just gonna
He
ask
said
you.
LeBron's not a winner, bro.
Okay,
This isn't a game show with
so you're
lifeline.
like, whoa.
No, step back.
Okay, so
I
what's
just
up?
have a question
Call
for you, Beck.
Jesus.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
Do we remember a couple years ago
yes.
when LeBron got hurt and he was out for
The first
20,
year.
20,
First
30,
year.
20, about what was it, 20 something games, whatever.
Yeah.
And we were in the ninth spot. There were 21 games left, and LeBron said that he's about to go in playoff mode.
Right.
He's about to go in playoff mode.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, LeBron, we're going to playoff mode. That means that we're going to make the playoffs, and we got 21. We were literally, 2.5 games out of the AC.
Yeah.
We had 21 games left. LeBron was going in playoff mode.
Yeah.
I think we should have made the playoffs.
We should have made the playoffs.
Right. Because I think if any player, Kobe, Jordan,
so who are you naming? First and foremost, let's talk about let's put our basketball IQ, basketball 101 on the line, right? Kobe is a shooting guard. So what you expect for him to do when the back's against the wall, what do you expect him to do? Shoot. That's what he gets paid for, right? Okay. So we know LeBron is a point forward, right? Okay. So when you have him in the crunch time, you're looking for him to make the right pass. If he's the right shot, he'll take it. You're expecting Kobe out of Bron, and that's the problem that we keep having with every LeBron hater. You're expecting Mamba mentality from somebody who doesn't think to shoot first. And that's okay.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who's second on all time in the league in scoring?
LeBron right now.
Okay, so obviously this dude, but who is leading the league in scoring right now?
LeBron.
Okay, so now we're talking about somebody who's leading the league in scoring, who's second all time in the list, and now we're talking about he don't want to have a shoot first mentality in order to win the game.
He never has money, Mike.
But my point is though, he needs to be able, if people are going to call him the GOAT, he needs to do whatever it takes to take over the game. That's all I'm asking.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect. If you want to call him the GOAT, it doesn't mean he has to take the last clutch shot because he's not that type.
Take over the game.
Take over the game with facilitating. He does that. The ball is in his hand to make the right shot every time he's on the floor. He's in that spot every single time. You're upset because he doesn't look like Kobe. And that's the problem with Laker fans. And I'm a Kobe fan die hard. I'm a Magic fan die hard.
Absolutely.
But I know exactly where to put people and what avenue to put them in. LeBron is working in the same avenue that he plays in. I'm looking for the right shot. I'm surrounding myself with the shooters. I'm not supposed to be shooting unless I'm the one that's open. And he's the most clutch shot. Go look at the shots he's taking. It's when he's making the right decision.
There's only one thing that I say when it comes to LeBron, though, and your points are valid. I do believe that.
Mine, Andrea.
Well, no, I think you guys both have good points.
Okay,
I understand where you're coming from because you want him to take over the game, which I know being a point forward, you have to facilitate. But at the same time, he is leading the league in scoring. So he's not reluctantly leading the league in scoring. Like he's actually putting an effort to be leading scorer. So he's scoring the ball. So what I'm saying is, won't you just, at the end of games, kind of like put the onus on the officials to make calls? That's what I'm looking for. You ain't got to take the last shot. You ain't got to hit the three in somebody's face. You ain't got to do none of that. Just take it to the rack. Let's get some free throws. Let's put the onus on the referees because that's something you can do. That's in your wheelhouse. It's not out of the realm of your game. There's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at. That's when I say take over the game. I don't need you shooting jumpers. I just need you pressing and putting on the officials to make those fools make calls or put fools in foul trouble.
All right.
So that's my point.
Look. It would appear that our listeners and our followers here are in agreement that the season's pretty much over. Let's just get to that. Is the season over?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What? I said that as soon as Russ was on our roster.
You have been saying that consistently. However, I do have a question for you because I think Money Mike, you get some slack for your opinion here. Okay. So I'm going to state your opinion.
Thank you.
Okay. Money Mike feels that it's useless to get into the play-in and even maybe the first round if they're not a true contender.
Agreed.
You do agree with that. Okay. Other people feel like if they get in there, they at least have a chance. That's not happening this year, right?
We don't we don't have the clientele to make a push for the finals. And if we're not going to make a push for the ring, by all means, why do we need to be in a play-in? Save it for a sorry, low franchise team that gets excited just to make it in. We're winners over here. Laker Nation, we're winners. We only understand chips, rings, and parades. So if we don't have a chance at that, why risk body injury? Why risk anything like that? Trying to fight to just lose in the semifinals or the first round? Why?
Stat Pat?
You know, it's funny that because she makes a great point, because that's like we should be trying to shut everything down. Like we shouldn't be trying to risk injury to get into a playing game that we know we're about to get smoked. Because like at the end of the day, like I said before, the Lakers haven't won 2 games in a row in like
all season
pretty much, right? So for me to believe that this team is going to come in and win 2 games in a row just to get into the playoffs, that's out of their own possibilities.
Man, I'm gonna stand up for my Lakers. We won 2 games in a row. Though. Don't lie.
I'm just saying,
it's one of those 2 games in a row.
It's like, oh, when was that?
The beginning of the season, but it's
that's what I'm
okay.
talking about.
When
Like,
LeBron
right.
came back, we won at least 4 in a row.
Look, dude, you know what we're talking about here. We have we have been getting creamed.
You stat pad, right?
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna need you to know your stats.
Look, I'm gonna just say right now, we are. What's up?
I would agree. He says Lakers don't deserve to be.
Yeah, dude.
In
It's
the
like
playoffs with
at the end of the
record
day, like,
anyways.
what are we talking about? Like you said, we're gonna go there to get smoked. No, I'm not doing that. But at the same time, I've never seen a team tank with no damn draft picks. Could they literally tank it?
What are we doing?
Like if this team was here and you looked at them play ball, you would, they tanking. You'd be saying they're tanking. You would look at the Lakers and say they are definitely tanking. They are not making any effort. There's no adjustments. These stupid lineups are it's just happening. It's like, doesn't even make any sense.
The crazy part is they not tanking though. That's the funny part.
That's the scary part.
The craziest part about it is I think they're actually trying to win, bro. And we're that terrible to where we're still losing.
And
the crazy part, but the crazy part about that is like we literally are trying to win. Dude. We really are. Literally, the effort when you look on the floor, it's like, oh God, we're really trying.
They running in quicksand.
This looks really bad. I just think at the end of the season, like, what we're gonna have to do is just go back to the drawing board. We're gonna have to figure out what valuable pieces we're gonna probably cry tears because some pieces we want to stay are going to be gone.
Right.
Like,
because that's
like
what Malik Monk.
AD is the only valuable piece we have.
I think Malik Monk is going to be gone.
Of course, that's my favorite piece this off season, and
everybody else can go.
But he's shining in a season full of crap. So
right.
I mean,
but still, he has. If you look at his percentages, like Malik Monk is actually playing. With the chances that he's getting back in Charlotte, he wasn't getting this time. So now that you're getting these minutes, you're letting it shine. Like everybody's going to like this piece off the bench to just hit a nice open shot. He's not terrible on defense. So he's a good, like decent, like, spot shooter off the bench, 7th or 8th man off the bench. And he'll be fine. Right. He'll be part of a package. He won't be the person that makes that package move. But I just need I don't know why we thought THT was the next coming of Christ on the Lakers. I'm sick and tired of there's like 3 broke Bron lookalikes. We got Russ trying to be Bron. We got THT trying to be Bron. It's like a whole bunch of Bron clones that are subpar in our backcourt. And it's like, and our coach ain't that smart. Like we just doomed all around. I've been saying Vogel ain't it. Like Jason Kidd, if you hear me, like, please somebody zoom it. Like Jason Kidd, like we miss you. Do you want to come back? Because
oh my God,
if you want to come back, if you want to come back, this is Andrea talking to you. You are more than welcome. I will walk in Staples Center for you and fire the whole coaching staff to bring you back. That's just me.
That's beautiful. So, but he was the best option that was on the bench, but is he really the best option for this squad, for an AD LeBron squad?
Absolutely.
Jason Kidd?
Yes, he's a player's coach. He would have been great with Russ, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, yes, because he would have been able to, he is literally a player that actually didn't have a jumper. Like he survived and made a Hall of Fame career not having a reliable jumper. Like he got a better jumper as his career went on. But in the beginning, they were playing him for the jumper, like shoot that. And he was still getting fools and triple doubles and everything like that. Still making first team all NBA. So he can look at Russ and like, okay, your jumper broke. We can still work with that. We still got pieces. We can work with that. And in point guard, talking to point guard, yes, I think he would have been instrumental for Russ in particular. Yes, that was a big thing that left. Like, because you got to get in the mind of a point guard, and Vogel is not that.
Money Mike. Are we at Vogel at this point? Because and why? Anybody answer this here? Sorry, Mike. Why is Vogel still here? What exactly has he shown at all this
because
year?
there's no other option, Jeff.
Right
Where are we going?
Right.
Where are we going?
At least
I agree with Andrea with that
Okay,
because
great.
we saw, what happened with Vogel was under the protocol, and
Coaching via Zoom
Yeah.
while Fizz.
right, and
Right.
I forgot the guy. I
Fizdale.
forgot his name.
Fizdale.
Fizdale came over there and he didn't win not one game.
That was womp. It was like, what are you talking about? It was like he came in there. I'm thinking like, okay, we gonna see.
That was
He's
his
been paying
chance.
attention, right? He's been paying attention.
Right.
Same result.
That was his chance. So, the problem is, and the real elephant in the room for me is the reason why Westbrook is here. The reason why that trade was made
Use a hater.
was I'm not hating.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Look,
Use a hater.
I mean, I ain't hating. Look. Here's the thing: did that not happen? Did LeBron not suggest to bring Westbrook over? I'm just asking a
Do
question.
you want me to say it?
Yes.
Use a hater. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I honestly feel like
but
that.
did I not? Did LeBron not suggest it?
No,
though?
I understand what you're saying, but guess what? At the end of the day, every superstar gets a sign off. Yeah, I like him.
No,
Yeah.
it's a difference
Let
between
me-
a sign off.
No, hold on. Hold on. No.
Let me-
Hold on.
I
It
gotta
was a
interrupt you.
sign off because Russ said, I want to come to LA. And it's a sign off. He's not the GM. I get what you're saying. They have a little bit of weight as a superstar. I get it. But your GM has to answer to this, right? I get what you're saying. You just don't like LeBron.
No,
You want to
it's
put
not-
all fault
listen,
on Bron.
No, it's not about. It's not
yes,
about.
it is.
No, Andrea, it's not
Okay.
about me hating LeBron.
All right.
In this case.
Because he's not a winner, right?
What I'm saying
Because
is
he's not a winner, right?
let's look at it when there was a conversation about bringing Dennis Rodman to the Bulls. They went to Michael Jordan and asked what he thought, and they said, "Yeah, I think we can manage him." And that was Michael Jordan's
That's what
signing
happens.
off with Dennis Rodman.
That's a sign.
That's what happens.
That's a sign off.
That's a sign.
That's a sign off.
But that's what
No.
happens.
Oh, so you telling me
They did the same
No,
thing
no,
with
no,
Kobe
no.
and
No,
Pat.
so wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm
Hold
with
on.
Money Mike. Right
I was
now.
Hold on.
advocating.
So you didn't tell me that LeBron didn't call up Pelinka and say, "Yo, I want Westbrook here."
Where did you hear that? Where's your source?
I mean, because we was going after DeRozan.
Where's your source?
We were talking about DeRozan.
Do you know the
Oh,
story
God.
behind DeRozan
Oh, my
why
God.
he didn't come? So let's
We
go
were
on
talking
ahead.
about Buddy Hield.
Okay. Do you? Okay. So
Well, I
let's
mean, where we doing
clarify
that?
because I actually did the research
Okay,
on this,
cool.
so I can correct you.
Okay,
And we can. We
so
can
I
be
want you to
steps,
tell
right?
me. I want you to
So
tell me.
DeMar DeRozan, the only reason why he's not here is because we refused to give him a third year. He was actually signed off by Bron. Bron wanted him here, but because the Lakers didn't want to sign off on a third year option, that's why he declined being a Laker. That's the only reason why he's
Okay,
not
Buddy
here.
Hield.
Buddy Hield was a Kyle Kuzma straight up. Okay. So at the end of the day, we would have been in the same boat. If it was just Buddy Hield or Russell Westbrook,
I
we still would have
disagree
been
with that.
sorry. We still would have been
I know I
sorry.
disagree with that because Buddy Hield is not a player
We
that
still
needs
would
the
have been
ball.
sorry. Who's
Look,
creating for him?
But listen, he's
When he goes to the bench, who's creating for
but
Buddy?
look, LeBron could pass the ball to Buddy Hield.
I think.
Westbrook
get it,
needs
but we needed
Westbrook
somebody-
needs the
But I
ball.
also think though, with that trade, you do keep valuable pieces. So
You do.
So you keep a Caruso,
And
which
KCP.
basically
No, you don't keep Caruso because
we didn't
let's
wanna give
let's
him
go
the
on
third year
No,
either.
exactly. So let's put all the
It's
facts
true.
on the table. You guys are missing it.
Okay, let
You
me ask
guys are saying like we could have kept Caruso, we could have kept this, we could have kept. No, we couldn't have.
Okay, financially, the numbers could have
We
worked.
refuse to go
but
into luxury.
That's
one.
what it was. It's not like we
One.
couldn't have done
Yeah.
it.
Could
Yeah.
have
They
KCP.
didn't want to do it.
Could KCP have
We
helped
should
this
have done
team?
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
And that would have freed up. I'm saying the money that they didn't want to spend extra, it would have freed up because it would have been within the cap versus outside of the cap.
well,
Could
So
have
that's-
could KCP
so-
have helped
Yes,
this team?
KCP could
Yes.
help, but he wouldn't be monumental. Come on
No,
now,
he's
he's
not.
KCP.
But
You see what he's doing in Washington.
He would have been playing defense.
Okay, but you see what he's doing in
'Cause
Washington.
nobody's
Where are
playing
they?
defense.
Where are they?
Hey, nobody's playing defense.
Where are they?
Look, is he playing defense, or is the coach not setting him up to play defense? Is it this? Is it that? Look, defense is definitely a team sport. Look, you can put out the effort, but if one player out of the 5 is not where he's supposed to be, the whole defense breaks down. If the coach isn't driving that, it's just not going to happen. That comes down to the coaching, and you can see the frustration in LeBron. And I think that's where a lot of the quit and a lot of the, goes. Now, a lot of the energy goes. Now, when we say, well, who's the coach you can put in there? You know what? You're right. It doesn't matter. It may be just a sacrificial call, but at least back in the day, there used to be those where at least someone took one for the team. And there's no reason to keep him. He's not staying next year. He's shown us nothing. Get rid of him, ice him, put physical. And then if we lose the season, you go, well, but we had to do it.
You know the crazy part, Jeff? Phil Jackson's been behind the screens.
Yeah.
Like literally giving
it's too late
his
for this
expertise.
season.
No, he's been doing it. And
Well,
we're still looking like
Thank
this.
you, big
That's
baby.
how
We love you.
that's how you know this team just isn't what I'm telling you. And it's not me coming down on Russ. You just don't fit one. But the moves we had to make when we acquired you set us up for failure.
That's what it was.
Every piece we acquired, every move we made when we got you, it just catapulted up pure chaos.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to say, but he's averaging, 20.
No, I'm not gonna say
No, Money
that.
Mike, I heard you.
No.
Like, right before the show started, yes, I heard you. Oh, he's averaging this. We're a little bit upset by the turnovers. No, let's be honest with ourselves. You can't have number 1 and 2 in turnovers in the backcourt or controlling the ball and being ball dominant and think you're going to make a championship run. It just doesn't work like that.
My only question is, why are we not blaming Westbrook for? Why are we not blaming LeBron for constructing Westbrook to come in here?
Okay, so
Like, why are we not doing that?
honestly,
What we're acting like that even Carmelo, we acting like LeBron in the offseason did not request these changes. Because here's my thing. I think we should have kept the team like it was before.
Yeah, right
because
back.
we were a championship caliber team.
just
And the only
unhealthy.
reason why we didn't win the championship last year was because of injuries.
Yeah.
So if we would have kept the same team together, why would we go ahead and try to blow up a championship caliber team?
That's the only point I agree with you.
Yeah.
This whole night, that's the only point I agree with you.
Now,
Because we should have kept core pieces because we
Right.
knew exactly where our
Yes,
areas of
exactly.
opportunity were. We needed shooters.
Yep.
We needed somebody that could create.
Yep.
And we needed to bring back our defense in the paint.
Yep.
That's all we needed to do, those
Right.
3
Yep.
things.
So
And plug in. But, Money Mike, I feel like you just want to blame LeBron for everything, but we want to negate the man is the scoring leader right now. We want to negate the fact that
but we're losing by 20 though.
I understand, but he's doing his job is what I'm
Is he?
saying. Yes, he is. AD is not doing his job.
It-
Russell
A-
Westbrook is not doing
AD
his job.
has been doing what-
Carmelo is not doing his job.
Vogel is not.
Vogel is not doing his
Well,
job.
well,
Let's point at people that are not adding to the bucket. Like, that's my problem. We want to put all the blame, and I get it, because we do put the blame on leaders, right? We do. However, I think it's a little unfair because in year 19, for this man to be doing what he's doing, I'm a Kobe fanatic diehard on everything I love, and I'm a Magic diehard, and they didn't do this in year 19. Period.
Look,
So hang on. If I'm hearing you correctly, we should dumb down our expectations because we have a year 19 superstar. But on the other hand, he is performing up to superstar status.
It's not dumbed down. I'm going to need for you guys to stop hating this man.
I'm not hating.
You's a hater, bro. You's a hater.
It's
Like,
he catches
I'm
himself,
going to need you to recognize that if he didn't even come to the table with this 29, 8, and 8, instead of 20, we'd lose by 40 or 50.
Not if he played defense.
Okay, and whose fault is that?
His.
No, it's not
You's
LeBron's
a
fault.
hater.
Defense is a team thing. You have to be committed to
Okay.
this thing. It's a choice.
Okay, Andrea, let me ask you a question. Did you see?
And
when-
Vogel's a defensive coach.
Did you see?
Why you not
when-
mad at him?
What?
Vogel's a defensive coach. Why you not mad at him?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm mad at everything that went on.
It don't sound like it
Well,
though.
No, but all I'm saying is this: when LeBron's over there, he's supposed to rebound. He didn't box out to nobody. He don't get the rebound, and he's turning to the people behind him on why they didn't get the rebound when he's close to the ball.
Okay, so we mad at Gabriel, we mad at Malik, and we mad at. Okay, so I know what one play out of 82 games you talking about. I know what one play you talking about.
Okay, and I know
and
another
Bron
play.
didn't box out. Bron didn't box out.
But and blame
Cool,
everybody
and he
else.
was mad. Okay, if you want to be mad at him for being mad at the young players, I agree with that.
Okay, cool.
Don't be mad at Austin Reeves that's giving his heart away in his rookie year. Don't get mad at Malik Monk that is contributing and bringing what he's supposed to bring when you have star players in top 75, if I may add, that are not. They're not up to par.
All right, let me ask you another question. He's beyond the 3-point line. We got like 5 seconds left in the game. We're down by 1. He shoots a 3-pointer. We don't need a 3-pointer. And I know he's really, really smart. Why is this dude not going, driving into the hole, trying to draw a foul, get an and one, maybe a layup, 15-footer? Why he's not doing that? Why is this dude shooting a 3-pointer when we only down by 1 at the end of the game?
See, okay.
I'm asking about.
It wasn't down by 1.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not
Because I
talking
know
about
what
the
play you're
Pelicans.
talking about.
Did we need a 3? Did we need a 3?
Yes, we did to tie it.
No, we did not.
Against the Pelicans, yes, we
No,
did.
I'm not talking about the Pelicans. I'm talking
Okay.
about maybe they were. I forgot where they were playing, but it was 10, 15 games ago. We were
This
down
is how
by
I
1.
know you nitpick. Because, okay, so you want to nitpick? Okay, so there was a game against OKC where Russ decides to fail on defense, and then he wants to turn it over by dribbling off his foot, and then we lose a 26-point deficit, and it's because of him. Then we're tied for the game, and he shoots an air ball. Russ shot an air ball 3 times this season for a game winner. So why are we not blaming him?
Well, we already.
He's top
Right.
75 too.
Because he believes that Russ is here for one reason, and that's because LeBron James and or Clutch Sports, let's just put it out there, made the call and said, do not get Buddy Hield. We want Westbrook. And the assumption is that Westbrook only said that he wants to go to LA, possibly after communications with Clutch and or LeBron to say, we want you as well. So then he went to Washington, said, okay, I want to go, so forth and so on. Then the deal was made. That is the assumption, if I'm correct.
Right.
There is no proof of this.
So I'm glad you said assumption.
It
Great.
is
I don't have to
assumption.
address
Okay.
it.
No,
So
it is
look.
assumption. You're absolutely, but that is
Right.
the assumption, and that's why there feels that there's blame, and why you can say, well, even if Westbrook is not producing, it's Bron's fault. If this guy's not, it's Bron's fault, because you're putting the blame there. They're saying that he's the GM. Now, I agree with you, because a few shows back we were talking about Pelinka's style of GM is to not sign anyone. Everyone's plug and play around a couple stars, and they're interchangeable as far as he feels. And I feel that's where this team failed, because they felt they could blow up everything.
Yeah, why don't we just point that out?
That
Palinka
is the
failed
major,
us.
That is
Well,
the major
Palinka
problem.
failed us.
I
So
would-
because he's Kobe's man, we
Well-
don't want to blame
and
him, huh?
secondly, though,
Well,
even
I can tell you this.
even if LeBron, forgive me, even if LeBron and Clutch did say, hey, this is the better deal, this is what we want, Palinka's the man that should have made that call and brought the genie and said, I don't think we should.
Right.
I said simply on the air, I said, please, Palinka, we'd welcome you on here to please show us the X's and O's on how you ever thought that trade was going to help, because from the start, Andrea, most Laker fans were just like you. They never saw it.
Look,
And
including
no one's arguing with Westbrook's ability, but on this team, never.
So
He never fit.
no, he
Never-
never
I said
fit.
that from the first day I
I
was
said it
here on the
also.
Step back.
podcast.
So one thing I would say, like, this is why I believe this summer is very critical for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Rob
We
Palinka.
don't have a draft pick, but when we think about the direction of this team and where we're going to be, we have to start thinking about organizationally, who do we need to be the one that's calling the shots, being the big GM. We need to find a GM. We need to find a GM. If it's going to be Pelinka, we need to find the coach that's going to work with Pelinka. We also got to have a coach that's going to work with LeBron James as well. We have to have this kind of relationship before, because everything is all out of whack right now. We have a power struggle, and we see it right now, and it's all simmering because we're in season. Once that off season going to pop off, you're going to see the power struggle. You're going to see what the influences in there, and Jeannie Buss going to have a real talk about how she wants this team to be ran, because she's getting angles from Clutch Sports. She's getting it from the Rambuses or Rambi, whatever you want to call them. You get all of that stuff. How is she going to maintain or try to get us where we need to be? Because you can't keep Vogel, and like you guys are saying, our options are limited. So where do we go? And who's going to lead us there? Do we trust Pelinka to find a good coach that's going to be able to work with LeBron? Is LeBron going to pick his own coach? These are a lot of things. That's why I'm saying this summer, and then we need to go ahead and create the team because no draft picks, so it's all free agency with a lot of minimum players. What are we going to do? How are we going to get there?
And we already know Money Mike is going to blame Braun for the no draft picks, right? Go ahead.
I ain't hating. Man,
We know that.
listen.
Even though this is history for the Lakers, we never do draft picks. But go ahead, since you want to go ahead.
One thing I've said, even on previous shows, what I hate about the Lakers as organization is that everybody that's good, that performs well, basically are auditioning for another team. So that I don't like. We do not keep our young talent. You guys know, Stat Pat especially, that I was advocating for us to keep our young talent because I knew Lonzo would be what Lonzo is right now.
Yeah.
But they, wanted to go and get AD and do things and make those moves at that moment.
How many rings Lonzo got right now? Is he on the way to one right now? Is he on the way to one?
Lonzo has been hurt.
Oh,
but
Brandon Ingram, is he on the way to a ring? Oh, is Kuzma on the way to a ring?
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay. So every last
things.
piece that we gave up, nobody's on their way to a ring. But guess who did win a ring 2 years ago? We did. As soon as we got AD, we won a ring. Point blank. Period. We have never.
So why have we not stuck with that team?
We have never been in the grain to cultivate young talent. We always trade them. We've always been that team. So I know we're not blaming Braun for that too. I know we not. Exactly. You's a hater.
I am not
Demetrius says it's going to take 5 years or more to rebuild this team. So it's going to take 5 years or more to rebuild the Lakers back to a championship team.
Okay, D. So D, I know you're watching. So why do you think it's going to take 5 years? Do you think
it shouldn't though?
It shouldn't. But why do you think it's going to take 5 years? Is it because we had somebody that orchestrated the GM to make moves this year? That's why it's going to take 5 years to rebuild?
Somebody, huh?
No, it's because the thing is the GM has to be his own man, his own person. If it's a woman, it's a woman. If it's a guy, it's a guy. But they have to be their own person and have their own philosophy. They can't just be swayed or, oh, who would you like me to get? And it's like, no, I see what this team needs. I'm the architect of this team. That's what the GM is. That's their job.
Somebody needs to act like Jerry West.
Somebody needs to go ahead.
That's exactly what needs to happen.
But we don't have it. And then even though we talk a lot of crap about Kupchak, but Kupchak would have never made these stupid moves right now. He would have
signed Mozgov. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Oh, Lil Dang, don't forget about that.
Listen, he just came off the books.
Are you going to take that one back?
He just came off.
No, I'm not going to take what
You better take that back.
I'm talking about somebody that actually has a philosophy and structure. Wait a minute, hold on.
Kobe Brown.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, so if we're going to nitpick,
right?
We can't nitpick.
So you're saying that one move,
please, Jeff, get him.
Goes ahead and justifies his Laker career.
Thank you.
But LeBron going and winning a title doesn't justify his.
Oh my gosh, please. You's a hater.
How is that?
I am first of all.
You's a hater.
I'm not hating. Bro. It's hard.
Hey, Clubhouse. I know you guys. You guys blink your mic if you want to.
You is a hater, bro.
Blink your mic if you have a No, I ain't hating.
I'm just saying.
We just love to keep.
So if you're there, go ahead and tap on the mic, guys.
But tap on the mic if you have a comment.
But this is entertaining.
All I'm saying is this: like, I think you're right in the sense that the GM needs to be more concerned about constructing a team, not getting name brand players, and getting players that's going to work in our system.
Who? Name a couple.
Buddy Hield would have been great because we needed somebody who could shoot. We did not need a Westbrook. We said in the beginning because beginning of the season, Westbrook is a ball dominant player. The way he is.
Question.
Go ahead.
Demetrius responded really quick. He says the Lakers have to wait for LeBron to retire to rebuild.
Well, I agree with Demetrius.
There he is.
But that's how that goes. You have an older player, just like when we had Kobe. Like in
Man,
order
that's
to
so
rebuild,
what I
that's
didn't
how it
want.
goes.
Can I
When,
ask
you guys a
when
question
they
on
talked
real-
about
Anyway.
LeBron coming
Real
here,
talk.
the one thing I said
No,
was,
but
I don't
wanted
want to
ask
go
a-
through another retirement.
We're gonna have to.
But can I ask you guys
But
a
that's what
question?
happens with the Lakers, though. We always get a superstar
Yep.
and build around them.
Okay.
And when they leave, we either get another superstar immediately or we go into a quick rebuild. But we're
Reload.
not going to be there for
We
long.
don't rebuild, we reload.
Right.
Exactly. It's LA. So I don't understand why we're pissed or upset. But my question to you was, because Money Mike, I'm on your helmet tonight, because this is exactly how I feel. So as soon as we get Buddy Hield, right? Because you think he's Jesus Christ for the Lakers, obviously.
Nah,
I know,
stop
I-
it.
So,
Stop
say
it.
it's a
so
better
as soon
move
as we
than
got
that.
it, as
Stop
soon as we
that.
get no, because
You
he's
don't
like
think so?
he would have
You
been
wild
perfect,
right
you
now.
know.
Buddy
No,
Hield.
he said no. That's what he just said.
I'm
LeBron
just
could
saying
have
that's a better
passed to Buddy
decision.
Hield. Okay, I understand. I think he compliments LeBron too. However,
So you agree with me?
hold on.
Yeah.
But what else would you do?
But see, Buddy Hill was talking about. We were talking about. Well, first of all,
if you're talking about the Rosen portion of it, because
We
remember
couldn't have got him.
that's
remember?
what that's
so
what I'm
that's
saying.
what I'm saying.
So she's like, if you're gonna say DeRozan, she's gonna counter with the fact that the organization did not give the third
They
year.
turned it down.
So it's not
They
like
turned it
that piece
down.
would have happened. It wouldn't have happened.
Those two
in our
pieces would have
head,
never
it never would have
happened. So
happened.
who are you pairing with Buddy
And that's the
Hield?
crazy thing about it.
Remember,
I know that.
we had 3 deficiencies. Buddy Hield pacifies half of one
Half of one.
because he's very streaky, like a J.R. Smith. Some nights he's on and you can't stop him. Some nights he's terribly off and he won't stop shooting. Right? That's what you get with Buddy Hield. But he does compliment Bron. But we know that DeMar DeRozan isn't coming with him, who is the one that we wanted to create their own shot. And when LeBron goes to the bench, we have somebody that can facilitate, like literally get some offense going. Because that's where our issue was. Every
Mid-range
time Bron went
maestro.
to the bench, we lost our lead and we lost the game.
Let me
That's
ask
how
you
we
this.
are.
I mean, look,
Let me ask
I
you
also
this.
advocated to get Lonzo back because I thought Lonzo.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Hang on a
Lonzo
second.
is
You're
not coming
gonna
back
gain
to
any
us.
We
ground with
couldn't
that one
pay
here.
any.
What was the deciding factor, do you believe, to not giving the third year to a DeRozan, to a Caruso? What is that to say? Is it to align with the end of LeBron's Laker career? What is your thoughts on why that is their strategy?
I don't know. Probably if he would have been 3 years, that extends past LeBron's time frame he would have been here, and they're only operating with what he signed with. So are you going to depend on DeMar DeRozan to carry the Laker brand if LeBron decides to leave? That's probably what they're thinking. On top of that, like the pieces that you want to bring in with him, you might have gone into luxury tax. Are we willing to go into luxury tax for Buddy Hield and DeMar DeRozan? Not so much. So
Are we
that's-
winning?
Listen, what I'm saying is with Buddy Hield, we would probably be in the same damn boat.
Oh, it's just going to take more than just Buddy Hield,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. And we couldn't sign
let
anybody
me
else.
ask you this. We would apparently be in agreement that our future would have looked brighter the following seasons because they wouldn't have traded as many assets as we did for Russell Westbrook. So while this season immediately may not have been salvaged or rectified, immediately going forward, we wouldn't have sacrificed quite as much. So to me, this is going to sting well past Russell Westbrook's tenure as a Laker.
But that makes sense. But this is Laker. This is what Laker do.
Yeah, go for it.
Laker Nation does.
I mean, look at if you're watching Winning
outside
Time,
of Russ, I wasn't a fan when he came here, but this is what we do. We trade off our picks
We go
because
for
we
it.
want it now.
go
So
for it. And that's the Jerry Buss way. If you're watching Winning Time, he's a gambler. He
Now,
gambled it. Go
now
ahead.
I do understand how, like, of course, Buddy Hield on his own wouldn't be the fix. However, what we also have to also realize that if you have one spot solidified, then you can pay attention to other spots that need fixing. And wing depth is something that was neglected this whole time, this whole offseason. If you have Buddy Hield in there, then you will then start to look for this wing defender that we sorely lack. And that's the reason why we're getting eat up. Because LeBron ain't going out there and guarding the biggest guy out there, the small forwards of the world. He's not
He ain't
doing
guarding
that.
nobody.
He's not going, but I'm saying, but he's just not just his foot speed, and he shouldn't. But we don't even have the defense
Thank
to
you.
mask it. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't even have that. We don't have a person that take the load off of that person. to get the guy that's 6'9" that can go ahead and defend that. But that's what I'm saying. That's a GM situation because we don't have those people. So if we're saying that we get Buddy Hield, okay, then maybe if we did get Buddy Hield, then we'll go ahead and maybe we look for some kind of like, person that we can get on the outside, playing as like a tweener, 3-4 kind of
in
guy.
year 19 was Kobe guarding the best the best assignment.
Look, in the
Exactly.
year 19, Kobe had spurts where he. I mean, honestly, right?
Man, I'm a Kobe fan through and through, but I promise you, the hate for Bron, like in year 19,
Dude,
you're
I'm
just
not
not
hating.
taking the best defensive.
Bron
ain't
side.
hating.
You're not doing it.
No Achilles.
Giannis
Okay.
don't even do it in
But-
his prime right now.
but
He
the-
don't even take the best defensive assignment.
No, that's wild.
So, like, come on.
Well, and Giannis
And
definitely
you
should.
said that from the start, though, why you didn't like Giannis.
Well, yeah, because he didn't want to take on and he was freaking defensive player of the year.
His coach told him not to.
Who does that? Who does? Who?
And
What
this
superstar
is where
listens to his
no.
coach?
But this is
Right.
when we as Laker fans are very, very spoiled.
Yeah, of course
We are. And
course we
it's
are.
okay. I'm part of Laker Nation too. And I know I'm spoiled,
I know
but
it,
I know
yeah.
how to differentiate the two. And I'm trying to bring you out. Like it looks like poltergeist over
Okay.
there. I'm trying to bring you out.
I just have
Walk
a question.
out of the light, Caroline. Like I'm literally trying to help you because at the end of the day, like Giannis is winning. He just won a chip with not defending the number one option, right? He just won. And then they're literally in the seat to be Eastern Conference champions
But
as
look,
well this year
Okay.
I
without
saw-
that same assignment.
So
no.
Let me ask you a question,
And let
though.
me say. Let me say
Go,
this.
go.
So when they were in the bubble, I was eating up Giannis. Y'all right? When I
Yep,
eating up,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
of
this
course,
dude.
of course.
I was like, this dude.
You
What is he
question
doing?
his heart.
He had no heart. He didn't, let Jimmy Butler. He
Right.
he didn't guard
I
him.
did too,
He let
though.
him do it.
Initially,
So, but then
I
that
did too.
following year,
Well, that year.
the following year,
Yeah, that year too.
what was it, game 2 or 3? And Giannis just took over the rest of the series.
Yeah.
The ball was him. He knew what he had to do. He drove to the hole every time. And he took over the series. They had once they realized that, had no answer, he made sure the team was not going to lose anymore. And you saw it like by game 3, like, oh, this series is over. Milwaukee's going to win. They have no answer for it.
I have
So-
something to say about that. Giannis is a dominant player. He's not a great shooter. He's not. And the reason why I'm saying this because I'm going to make something very clear. We need to stop expecting the unexpected from these players. Just like we expect, man, if Ben would just shoot. He's not a shooter, right? If Giannis would just create a great mid-range shot, he won without it. Like if we would just understand what people actually are great at and build around it, we would be in a better place. I think we
100%
keep
agree.
and we keep expecting. So it all boils down to let's fast forward. We know what LeBron's strong suit is. Why are we trying to build a team that doesn't add to his strongest suit? That's my problem. We don't have no shooters. We have Wayne Ellington, Kent Bazemore. We got Avery Bradley, THT. We didn't build anything that complements
All right,
LeBron's game.
Let me
Okay.
let me pose this question then really quick. Then by using those standards, LeBron's actually bit his tongue and held back this year against the coach and against the front office for not putting a team around him that can succeed. Would you agree with that?
I'm waiting on you.
Go ahead.
She gonna counterpunch you, dog.
Well, I really was interested in what her answer was because I really believe personally that LeBron orchestrated the team that we have. And once he saw that it did not work, he just removed himself from being any part of it. I also will say this about LeBron. Like I said, I've never been a LeBron fan. That's very true. What I hated, though, was when I used to watch him in Cleveland and Miami, whatever. He used to always drive to the hole, and everybody used to get out of his way.
What
Right?
year is that? What year was that?
Uh,
What year was that?
15,
Okay, okay.
16,
There's something you expect. There's one thing that's not that's undefeated. It's Father Time, bro. He's in year 19.
Yeah,
you can't expect Cleveland Braun to be LA Braun. You can't.
So we can't expect him to drive to the hole.
Yes, you can, but you can't expect the same power. The same. Yes, he does. He does still not at the same. This
dude, not at the same velocity.
Not at the same velocity because he's smart.
Yeah, but
first and foremost, if you go look at his percentages, his shooting percentage from beyond the arc is very high.
I don't care about that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Why not?
Well, because it's that Pat.
Okay, well,
I need you to agree with me. I want.
He's always throwing out that lifeline.
Oh shit! What
you need a lifeline for? We hear Money Mike. Talk to me. Talk to me,
Andrea. I want LeBron to affect the game. You know, if he drives to the hole, he's gonna get the opposing team in foul trouble. If you get the opposing team in foul trouble because they're gonna try to stop him or block a shot, something like that. Now, if he gets 3 fouls on the opposing team, now the other coach has to make adjustments.
Just let me know when you're done.
If LeBron is out there shooting jumpers and he's not getting into the body and drawing fouls, then that means the coaches don't have an opportunity, don't even need to make adjustments.
You done?
He's done.
Go ahead.
You're done?
All
Okay.
right.
First and foremost, he's in year 19. I don't know how many times I need to say that, right?
About year 19?
So hold on. I'm about to explain.
Why do we care about that?
Because it has something to do with the wear and tear on the body, bro. Father Time is undefeated. If this man is going to the rack, how many collisions do you take?
Everybody gets out of his way the whole career.
No, they do not.
Pat, they don't get out of his way.
He's been getting hit and not getting calls as of lately,
they don't get out of his way.
Hey, you know what?
He's been getting hit, dude. And
he doesn't get no calls, but at the same time, he's a Laker. So
he's not, and that's what I'm saying. You can't expect this man to be getting knocked down in year 19 and popping up like a spring chicken.
Gosh.
No, hold on. I'll let you finish. You cannot expect this man to just pop up like a spring chicken in year 19, especially if you want to make a playoff run. He has to conserve his body. So that's where your youngsters like AD need to come in and put.
Want him doing nothing.
So this is where but listen, let me just finish my take. This is where your youngsters like AD and Russ, they need to crash the paint. They need to bang bodies and make their free throws. Yeah. That's where the problem is. LeBron shouldn't have to bang bodies like this in year 19. He should be sitting back as a third option right now and letting them eat. Why? Because AD has shown he can produce the same numbers. The year we won the chip, he had the same numbers as Bron. Okay, then you bring in Russ, who's a triple-double king, right? He gets to the rack, he's quick, he draws contact, he's strong. Why aren't you doing it? These are the two people we need to. He's not getting the ball. But these are the two people we need to be holding accountable, not expecting LeBron to be Superman at this age.
So we don't hold LeBron accountable for nothing.
Yes, we do. But you're doing too much.
What are we holding accountable for?
Can I pose a question? I'd like to pose a question. Yeah. Let's start with our boy Stat Pat. There was one quality about Kobe that we all liked, and we discussed it. That when the Lakers weren't winning, when his team wasn't winning, he wasn't laughing, he wasn't celebrating, he wasn't smiling. He looked like he cared that the Lakers were losing. LeBron simply does not give that off. He just doesn't sell that. I think that rubs a lot of Laker fans.
That's the only thing I agree with.
I think that rubs a lot of Laker fans the wrong way, and it gets misrepresented as, well, he just doesn't care, or he's producing, all these shows and movies. What is your take on that? Do you notice it, number one, and does it rub you the wrong way, Stat?
It does. And I will tell you, because like we've talked before, we're all lifelong Laker fans. And so if we were around when Magic came down, we go looking at winning time and see how Magic is like kind of like jovial and kind of like loosey-goosey and not really taking it serious. And then Kareem got him and it clicked. And then once it clicked for them, it actually, Magic became this assassin. He became a person that actually was just wanted to go ahead and tear your heart out, wanted to win at all costs. And Kobe Bryant, the same thing. No laughter. go into somebody's house, take their money, come on out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you see some guy that's the face of your franchise that looks like he can care less if he wins or lose. And that's
like he's winning anyways.
And the thing about it though, is like, because we got a lot in Lakerland, we have a lot of like new fans. These are LeBron only fans, so we have a lot of that.
Thank you, Daniel.
That has infiltrated into our stuff.
I want to hear from Daniel since he want to point me out. It's not that. Since he want to point me out. Shout out to Ron Artest's brother Daniel. Since you want to point me out, talking about it's not that simple, Queen. What's not that simple? So I can debate you from online.
And we have to get you back on the show, Daniel, really soon as well.
We need to invite Daniel real quick
exactly.
and have him just come on the StreamYard and
Money Mike, does that rub you the wrong way? And do you notice that?
Absolutely, man. Look, you know that the rule in the NBA, you have to play at least 70% of the games in order to be eligible to get the scoring title. So now this dude made sure that he got the 70% threshold and decided not to play the next 2 games.
He's such a hater.
Why? Listen, okay, help me understand this. I am what am I not? No. What am I missing? Am I not stating facts?
Why'd you change your shirt? Didn't you have a LeBron shirt on earlier?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
You're a hater.
No, but let me ask you a question. What fact am I wrong about? I mean, did LeBron do these things? I think
that what's wrong about it is you want to blame Bron for everything that's going wrong this year. There are so many pieces that are wrong this year, and LeBron is not.
Okay. Well, okay. So that being said, Andrea. So that being said,
blink your mic.
He actually has valid points in if he's not putting all of the blame on LeBron. At the same time, he's making the points where I think that LeBron James should be accountable for some of the stuff that's happening. So I don't want to absolve him. Like, I want this to be clear on this show that we're not absolving. We might not be blaming him, but we can't absolve him neither.
I'm not blaming him fully is what I'm saying. If you want him to have some accountability.
He has to have some accountability.
If you want him to have some accountability for bringing Russ here, by all means, yes, I agree. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Yes, he is for some of it. But when that man gets on the court and he's number 1 in scoring, that means he's lifting some of his weight, right?
Well, he's trying to correct the mess up that he did with the Westbrook.
It doesn't matter what the perception behind it. But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. We're trying to find caveats on the side, on the right and left. What I'm saying is he's carrying his weight. If he's leading the league in scoring, that means he's doing his job. And it's not like it's only scoring. He's rebounding and assisting as well. The whole team ain't playing defense. That's a team assignment.
Okay, so I have a question.
No.
So you don't feel at all.
No,
I'm just asking.
You a hater.
I'm not trying to say hater. You don't feel at all that this guy has been, and I would say, let me say this. In the second half of the All-Star of the break, so post All-Star, you don't feel that he is more engaged in trying to find individual accolades versus winning? Because I feel like, especially
first
in the
and foremost, we all knew, right? So this is my answer to you. We all knew this team wouldn't win a championship. We knew this, right? After All-Star break, right? The man, go look at his numbers. Go look at his points, rebounds, and no, Money Mike, before you answer, he has lifted his weight since All-Star break. That's the best part of his career this year is after All-Star break.
But they didn't translate to wins. And I think he's
There's no way we're winning. The team is trash, Money Mike.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How come when Aaron Donald there, all of a sudden he puts the team on the back, scores 56 and win? How come when...
Are we talking about the Rams right now?
Yes, because when the Rams are there, when the Rams
where did we go?
No, when I'm telling you is when Sam Bradford is there, he goes...
Are you telling me Aaron Donald won the game for us? Not Cooper Kupp?
No, listen.
Not Von Miller next to him?
No. You're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you.
Come on,
I'm trying to tell you is... Okay, Andrea. What I'm trying to tell you, and you guys saw this. Listen to me for a moment.
He's tripping.
Andrea, what I'm telling you is when Sam Bradford was in the audience, LeBron went up to him, took over the game, won the game, and then went to Sam Bradford, said, "Hey, I had to put a show on for y'all."
His name
tonight."
is Matt Stafford.
Oh, I mean Matt Stafford.
Okay, cool.
Matt
As
Stafford.
long as we on the same page, I wanted to make sure.
My fault. My bad. My bad.
I just
He's
wanted to
way
make sure
out
we
there.
were
My
talking
bad.
about the same
I have
person.
a question really quick.
I'm just asking.
Are we?
I have a question. I just
whoa,
want money.
yo.
I
Are
want
we talking
him.
about the same person?
No. We are.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
know.
Talking
I want to
about
know.
Ben what? What were you calling him?
I want to know. I want to know.
Sam
Jerry
Bradford ain't
did.
playing.
What?
My
Ben
question is
Bradford.
this:
Matt Stafford.
why can LeBron play like that when the Super Bowl champions are in the house
Yeah.
and he has to put on the show for them? Why can he not play like that all the time? That is the LeBron James. I
So
want.
what is okay? So I'm just going to ask you a question because I just want to just throw it out there because I don't want to be like hating or anything like that. But I want to ask you: are you saying he needed to score 55 points a game?
Exactly what he's saying.
No, I'm saying
Because
Exactly
that's
what
what he
he's
did
saying.
when they're in the house.
That's
I'm
exactly
just being
what
honest.
he's saying.
Just all I'm saying. If you're
Can I-
saying that he needs to go ahead and put on the show, which I'm saying,
Can I ask
the
you a
show
question?
was 50-something points in that game.
So Ashley, can I ask you a question?
Don't do that.
I'm sorry,
Don't
Pat.
do that.
I'm sorry.
If you want, if
Okay,
you want
Pat,
to
I'm
get
sorry.
anywhere
I'm
on this
sorry.
show, you ain't gonna try to disrespect me.
Okay,
here.
so Pat.
So you can We take it in all this back. bitch.
Okay, so
Cocoa
Pat.
Butter.
So you
Hey,
gonna
Cocoa
come at me
Butter.
correct
Hey,
right now?
okay,
We're gonna
so Pat-
establish something right
So
now.
Pat,
No, we're not doing
man,
that.
I love you,
You
Pat.
better
Come on.
rewind
Okay,
and come
bring
at
it
me.
back.
Thank you. Bring it back now.
Anyway,
No,
you
we
ain't,
don't.
Hey, you ain't finna call me. Never mind. I ain't
Oh,
gotta
okay.
talk
All
to
right,
Pat.
so
Anyway,
that's
here we
right.
go.
So what I
Stand
was
your
saying.
ground.
So what I was saying. Furthermore, I don't know if anybody's ever played in a game and scored 56 to 60 points. I dare you to try it again the next night or the following night.
Kobe did.
You know
it
what?
for weeks, but
It's no. That's one of the hardest
Oh,
things
yeah.
to do. Back to
yeah.
back 50 and 60 point games. And I'm still, it's not an excuse, but you have to understand this man is in year 19. 50 to 60 points, and you want him to do this over and
guys,
over again?
We're winding down. Hang on. We're winding down. We're winding
Get
down the
mad.
show, guys.
Get mad.
And what I have
Because
one
that's
question.
ridiculous.
I have one question to ask, and this is just a yes or no question. We're just going to go around the room really quick. Okay. We'll start with Money Mike, okay, because you're the resident hater here.
I'm not hating on LeBron.
Okay, listen. If before LeBron came, if you knew the deal was that he's going to bring one title in his tenure here, would you have taken that and said, well, we're going to get that one? Who else is coming here? Remember, at the time, we couldn't even seem to get a meeting with a top free agent. So my question is,
Thank you, Jeff.
going back in history, would you have, it's a yes or no, would you have been taking that deal and said, oh, you're going to at least guarantee get one? Would you have been happy with that? Yes or no?
See, that's a hard answer. For
No,
me.
it ain't.
No, it's
it ain't.
not.
No, it ain't.
You're a
no,
hater. That's
no,
why-
no, don't
That's
do
why
that.
it's hard for you
Don't
to
do
answer.
that. You know what
Nobody
you felt.
wanted to.
And
Nobody
I'm
wanted
gonna
to
be real.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real.
I'm taking
You know what
it.
man, say what you're gonna say. If you're gonna say no, if you're gonna say, well, you want it more, then say you want it more. I'm being honest with you. I would have took the one.
Thank you.
I would have
Because
took the
we were
one.
staring down the
Bruh,
bottom of the barrel
you
for
mean to tell
nothing for
me
2
we couldn't even
When he
get a
decades.
came and the
Listen.
pieces that we had, and we would have had to make
Listen, the team
chicken,
that I watched,
chicken salad out of chicken,
Ooh,
and we got one championship out of that, bro. I'm taking it and running. The fact that we were able to parlay. No. What I'm saying is because he didn't say that it was the AD domino. He said when we got him at first, would you would have taken it? You didn't know AD is coming. Now we know AD is coming, and now we expect to have 2, 3, 4, all that kind of run. But when it was just him, and it was like, who coming with me? And he just was on some Jerry Maguire shit.
and you know,
and he was like,
everybody
ain't
wants
nobody
to play.
was like,
LeBron
basically,
is that
he was
player
like,
that
so
people want to play
it
with.
was just like that. And that's and
Okay.
LeBron said,
So that's a
doing it.
yes
Hell
for
yes,
Stat.
yes.
That's a yes, I'm assuming.
So for me, I would have taken it. And the only
Okay.
reason why is I remember what it looked like when Kobe was here with our scrubs. The scrubs that you wanted to grow, the ones that you wanted to grow, Money Mike.
Mhm.
The ones you said, like Jordan Clarkson was here and stuff like that, who's blossoming in Utah, and we still didn't win with him, right?
Mhm.
Like we had all these pieces and we still weren't winning. And I think I would have taken it because we literally could not buy anybody to get here. Not one person wanted to play in LA. Then all of a sudden, we got Magic that brings Bron. Like, yeah, we the Lakers. We need star power. We need somebody here.
Yeah.
I would have taken it.
Money. The question is to you. Would you take it?
You
I
know,
asked Mike the same question last month, and he said yes. He'd take that championship.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
Who is that?
Who doing that?
Who said that?
Who
Who
is
said that?
this?
That is D right there.
Who's
Demetrius.
this, bro?
Money Mike, you got
Hold on.
pulled.
Money,
Your
you didn't
car
talk.
got pulled.
Oh, man, look at
Your
the
car
camera.
got pulled. Now
Look at
he's
that
smiling.
camera.
Look at
So
this.
Money, you wanna
Look at
talk
his
to-
face.
I think
Oh,
he's
God.
blushing.
Oh, shoot.
That's wild.
Oh, my God. Now he
Oh,
can't sit
hell
up
no.
straight.
No,
Look at him.
What is
Now
happening?
he's trying to cross his legs
I
even
love-
What
tighter.
is happening?
I love that the Lakers have tied the Celtics for
See.
number 17. I appreciate that. But these other years are killing me.
that way?
These other years are killing
He
me.
got called out. So we'll see that.
And,
that
and Demetrius, you know,
we'll talk later.
Shout out
We
to
had
Demetrius.
private
Oh, my
conversation.
Shout out to
God.
Demetrius.
We had-
Thank
we
you
had
for
private
bringing
conversation.
clarity.
Oh my God.
Don't-
Thank
we're
you,
not supposed to
thank you
be-
for making it
Wow.
plain.
That's an
See,
AB.
hey,
Thank
look,
you.
man. Hey, you need to say off the record. From now on time, you can just say off the record. You gonna
Yeah.
come on the show.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't be talking about stuff we talking about
Yeah, right,
no,
right.
off the record.
And you know
man.
what? Hey, much love to you, D, man. You're a big supporter of, Profane Nation and Infinity
Absolutely.
Studios.
Way to
So
insert your way. into the
I can't get
conversation.
mad at you.
Child,
But-
and calls
but
out
here's
your
the thing.
facts. My
Here-
God. Ooh,
here's the
you was
thing.
gonna lie too. I saw
I
it.
love the fact that we tied the Celtics. I hate
saw it. He was
that
gonna
we
lie.
had. I hate that we have to watch these other seasons.
I love
He
that.
was about
Okay.
to lie.
Thank you, Demetrius. That was awesome. All right. Well, you guys know that as we finish the show, we always finish with a segment we call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. Money Mike is going to go ahead and share
was
his
shaking
thoughts
his
or
head
opinions on a topic, and he's going to let us know. We're going to let him know if he's in bounds or out of bounds. Money Mike, you have the
Why
mic.
are we laughing?
Because
That
you
was
were shaking your head like this, and Demetrius said, "You lying." Yo, that was funny.
You tried not to
Hey,
answer.
Demetrius, you're great for that because he was gonna lie. You feel me? His whole face, he was gonna lie. I saw it all over his face.
Oh, man, that
I
was
saw it.
All
I
right,
saw
so
it.
look.
This is Money Mike's Out of Bounds. All right. here
Money
we go.
Mike out of bounds. Okay. So
All
look,
right.
Oh, that was great.
I
Awesome.
saw. I don't know if you guys saw though, but recently, Manu. I guess it was announced this week. Manu Ginobili is a first ballot Hall of
Mhm.
Famer, right? And I think there's something wrong in so many ways. First of all, let's use LeBron. We see LeBron's greatness, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Manu Ginobili literally came off his bench almost his whole career. He was sixth man of the year. He has only 2 All-Star appearances. There's no way, in my opinion, that Manu Ginobili should be a first ballot in the Hall of Fame by definition of the greats that have been first ballot Hall of Famers. I think one or two things need to happen. We need to really separate, really what a Hall of Famer is in the NBA or not, and not let everybody in, because I feel like that's just a huge reach. Am I out of bounds for saying that Manu Ginobili should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Because I don't think he's worthy of that.
Let's go straight to Andrea, please.
I have a question before I answer that. Is Ben Wallace a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Okay. Manu Ginobili deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. If Ben Wallace can make it, he can.
I don't think Ben Wallace should be a first ballot.
Okay, but
either.
he did.
He was.
Mhm.
But I think that's why I think the Hall of Fame is like watered down. They got
So we
two.
know it's not the NFL. We know it's
Right.
not the same, right?
Yeah.
To me, Manu Ginobili was very crucial with Tim
Yeah, I believe
Duncan
that.
and Tony Parker. He was that piece. He was a benefactor. If he wasn't there, they wouldn't have won all
None.
them championships.
I
And I agree wholeheartedly. He should be a Hall of Famer, first ballot. That's just me and
Yeah.
my. So I think you're out of bounds,
All
like
right.
you have been all night. So
All right. Let's go to Stat Pat, please.
You know what? I think you're inbounds, and only reason why I'm saying that because now you're opening the door with the Ori argument. So, because I'm an advocate for then Ori got to be in the Hall of Fame.
oh hell no.
Wait. We're talking about plays that he's made. We're talking about contributions. We're talking about ring count. We're talking about all of that stuff. The only thing that I would say about Manu Ginobili is because he was sixth man of the year and he did have those instrumental moments in the playoffs. However, that shouldn't constitute first Hall of Famer. Same thing, also part of this bunch, Tim Hardaway. I don't believe Tim Hardaway is
Right.
the first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, I don't really believe that. Like, if you're of your position and if you're like the 25th or 26th greatest point guard in your position, are you really first ballot? Like, did you really transcend the game? You didn't do that. So I think this whole class,
TMC.
if you look at it, is yes, but and he was not the one. It was Mullen, it was Richmond, and then it was Timmy. So yes, he was the first letter, but it was
All
only
I know is
because
the abbreviation. That's all I know. TMC.
that was only because they was doing
what
the
I know.
run DMC and the TMC, and they did that. But when it came to the pecking order, he ate third for sure.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So he's inbounds.
No, he's inbounds. Dude.
Out of bounds. I'm going out of bounds.
Thank you.
I just believe that Manu Ginobili's contribution to the game, contribution to that team, but also foreign influence at the time. He helped bring global awareness to the game at the time.
But that's the Yao Ming.
You have to. You're right, and that's also when you're
that's
looking
NBA.
at Powell.
That's the NBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So when you're looking at his influence on the game,
It's not only the NBA
that pushes it over.
Yeah,
that's why I asked. Should we?
They missed the boat.
Change that because here's the thing. Clubhouse, blink your mic if you guys have a comment on that. But see, I guess my issue is when we watch games and we hear announcers talking about that's the first ballot Hall of Famer, they never would have ever said that anytime.
Correct.
Manu Ginobili.
So is Tony Parker a Hall of Famer?
I mean, based on
is he? No. Is he now currently?
No, he's not.
No.
So I'm saying he has to be
right
because if Manu gets in, there's no way Tony Parker is not going to get in. He has to get in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like
starting,
but the argument what I'm making in that when I think Hall of Famer and I know Tony Parker's good. I know he's good.
He also was a Finals MVP. At least.
Yeah, you see that you gotta have that. but Ginobili also was a Finals MVP though.
He was? I don't think Ginobili ever was. I could look it up though.
All right, help us out in the comment section or on Clubhouse if you know.
Tony Parker was for sure.
I know Tony Parker was.
All right, so
Duncan got
let's
4.
Go ahead. Is anybody on Clubhouse?
Finals MVPs.
Anybody on Clubhouse have a comment?
Just having fun listening.
Ivan, you there?
Ivan's there. All right.
What's up?
There we go.
Hey, Ivan, you think Manu Ginobili should be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I mean, I would say so.
Okay. I guess I'm out of bounds.
We'll see.
Then I would imagine the question Money Mike is posing then is how do you? There should be some kind of separation between the Kobe's, LeBron's, Jordans,
and that's where it's blurry.
And then a
Manu Ginobili, right?
a Manu Ginobili, and when you have the first ballot. So I understand your point. That's
I think the NBA should just have an NBA Hall of Fame. I think
we will pass that. That should.
I mean, maybe that's what they should do. Because my whole thing is like I'm not trying to discredit anybody's contributions and things like that. It's just like literally, we all know that LeBron James is the first ballot Hall of Famer, and
we know what that looks like,
and we know like, and everybody's talking about that. Been talking about it for like the last 10 or 15 years, and that never was brought up that Ben Wallace would be or Manu Ginobili would be
watered down.
First,
I mean, because take for example a person that didn't win anything, pretty much T-Mac. But when you saw T-Mac on that court, T-Mac was like on the real. Like there were sometimes you were like, man, I don't know. He looking like he could do what Kobe can do. Like he had that same kind of impact.
Kobe would tell you that.
And you know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what. But that's where when I'm looking at the eyeball test, and you seeing that, oh yeah, that looks like. I mean, that's what a first ballot Hall of Famer looks like when you're looking at like somebody like a T-Mac.
But he doesn't have the accolades.
But his game was what it was, and that would put him in it because it was so different. It was so. He really freaked that tweener role, that 6'9", that lanky, can do it all, ball handler. Like he was pretty much Grant Hill on steroids. Like he was like that dude, Yeah,
and that look, his
with bounce.
His NBA he's a 4-time NBA champion. We know that 2-time NBA All-Star, 2-time All NBA third team. So that was the highest he's ever been.
Can I ask you a question?
As a six man,
naming that off.
Huh?
I'm gonna hold you right there. Is Kyrie Irving a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I mean,
yep.
Based on
you said yes, right?
Yep.
Based on his criteria, yeah.
What do you say? Yes?
Yeah.
Go look at his stats. Go pull them up, accolades, and read them, please.
But he's not done playing.
No. Read off Kyrie's stats, please. Bring them up. Since you said that, you said yes, and you said no to Manu. Go bring up Kyrie's
and you've
stats.
got about
Thank
20
you.
seconds.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead.
Okay,
and
we gotta go.
wind
Thank
this
everybody
down.
for coming.
You keep talking. We're going to go ahead and thank everybody right away. Actually, what I'd like to say is I would like to thank Pure Life Wellness Alternative Wellness Center in Chatsworth, California. Thank you so much. If you guys get a chance, head on out to Chatsworth. Stop by Pure Life Alternative Wellness Center. They're going to take care of you. They have a great storefront there. You can get all your products. They have great CBD products, great edibles, everything that you need. So go ahead and stop by there, and you'll have a great time. Again, Pure Life Alternative Wellness Center. Money Mike, what's your
So
NBA
I just want to give everybody a prelude. So he said Manu Ginobili is not
a first ballot?
a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he said Kyrie is. So he's about to name off Kyrie's accolades.
NBA champion, 7-time NBA All-Star, NBA All-Star MVP, All NBA second team, 2-time All NBA third team, and NBA Rookie of the Year, and NBA All Rookie first team.
Sounds like Manu's is heavier than his.
He won the NBA 3-point contest champion.
Okay,
That's
sounds
the
like
one.
Manu's.
All right,
heavier
we're
than
gonna say
his.
that's the
But
accolade
keep in
that
mind-
sends them over the top there.
Keep in mind,
Let's
Kyrie.
go.
All right.
Keep in mind, Kyrie is still playing.
Correct, and Manu
Cooked.
was more successful. Okay,
Kyrie just
so-
looks like a Hall of Famer when you
Doesn't
see
matter.
his game on
Doesn't
the court.
matter.
no,
Go ahead,
I don't think it's
Okay, here's my one more question. One more question.
Everybody,
I gotta say this. Are the announcers gonna say Kyrie is the first ballot?
who cares what the announcers say? All right. So thank you guys so much
the
for
writers.
joining the Profanity Nation podcast. We appreciate it. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us. You make
Thank
our
you for
show so
having
special.
me. I appreciate
We
it.
love
y'all.
having you here. On
Thank
behalf
you.
of my co-hosts, we have Money Mike, Stat
Hater.
Pat. I am Simsta. Thank you so much.
I
Please
am not
be
hating.
sure to stop by the Pure Life Alternative Wellness Center. I'd like to thank a few people who chimed in: Daniel Artest, Big Baby
DA,
Jonathan, Demetrius Harold. We had a few other people comment. Here we go on the Demetrius. Demetrius was definitely the comment of the show tonight. Thank you so much. Everybody out there, Big Baby, on Harani, Oba, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but thank you for watching. Everybody, thank you so much. This audio is coming out on Tuesday on all podcast platforms. We'll be there. Thank you to Infinity Studios for the incredible operations. Our producer, Dwan, our cameraman, Theo, we appreciate it. We'll be back here next week. We have a great show for you next week. We have Nick Hamilton
we
in the
got
building.
this guy.
We got Nick Hamilton. He's going to get on you too.
Man.
So we can't wait for that. April,
Man, y'all got an extra seat. Can I come
you
back?
can come. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
get you
you
right
come
here.
back.
Yeah, you can come back.
Absolutely.
Come back.
I can't wait
April
to see him
is
cook.
absolutely jam-packed, everybody. So be sure to tune in.
Come
and
through.
Be sure
Just
to
jump
keep up
right
to
in.
date on
We got
Instagram
enough room.
because we're jam-packed with guests, and we're going to go ahead and break the lid. We're going to
We
break
about
the
to take
lid off
off.
winning time. We have the people that were there. We are bringing people on the show that were there, and they're going to tell us how true the portrayals of Jerry West, Jerry Buss, Magic Johnson, how true those are. I can't wait. We're going to get to the truth. Can't wait to do it. So be sure to keep up to date, and we'll be back with you again.
Yes.
The Profanity Nation podcast. Thank
Yes.
you. We're out.
Hey.
Peace.
Profanity Nation. Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town, yeah.
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.